Okay, so Jacob, today I have a not very exciting topic for you, but it is kind of interesting.
Alrighty.
So you're familiar, I'm assuming, with like actual play podcasts, like D&D actual plays, where
Is that
basically
like a person?
no, it's like it's the concept of podcast where like people will play D&D, but they'll like act as their characters. It's almost like a
Oh,
radio drama.
you just mean like Critical Role, but only the audio.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then
Um,
yes.
so those got me to thinking that and I'm going to build into this, but got me to thinking about like audiobooks and how like when you when you read a book, right? You can create all these voices in your head and like these representations of these characters and all that, you know what I mean? And in an audiobook, it's a lot harder for me personally because it's usually just one person with the same voice, reading the dialogue. And it kind of
Yeah.
it takes me out of it a little bit. And what I've noticed lately is that there's actually a good bit of can't think of too many companies off the top, but there's actually a couple of companies now that are trying to produce like I guess what you would say like a full radio drama audiobook. And there's a couple of really good ones that I've been listening to, and it's really interesting where it's like the cast are all like the characters are all voiced by different people, right? And like there's like orchestral music in the background and sound effects and stuff. And I actually have gotten really into this because, well, it's like it's just weird. It's like it's just a cool way to listen to like an audiobook or something because it's like like I said, it takes me out of it when it's just a boring person just monotonously reading. But then you make every character different, and you make them all. How do you say it? You make them all
Yeah.
unique. I've gotten really into that, and I was gonna ask, do you listen to like any kind of like not like just D&D, but just any kind of like radio drama, like
Mm,
anything at all?
not radio drama specifically. I mean, like I do listen to D&D, but I only really listen to Critical Role. But I haven't even listened to their newest campaign of that.
That's fair.
Other than I listen to a bunch of podcasts, but none of them Claire, other podcasts like what we do, not anything story driven.
Yeah, I feel that.
Not for any particular reason. I think if I watched them, I'd probably enjoy some. But I do, I have a bunch of podcasts I like to watch. For instance, just to name a few, I like watching PKA, which is like a group of old Call of Duty YouTubers that, I've been watching them since I was in like middle school. I watch Fear and, which is like Hassan and Will Neff, Cutie Cinderella. I watch The Yard, which is Ludwig's podcast with his friends, and I watch Wine About It, just Cutie Cinderella's podcast with Maya. I just have a lot of podcasts already, kind of thing.
I feel that though.
Yeah. How many podcasts do you listen to in general?
I can tell you exactly because I follow them all on Spotify and listen to them the days of release. So,
Besides the Fluffy Biscuits podcast. Self plug.
so I've got Cox and Crendor in the morning. I've got, which is Jesse Cox and Wild Crendor. I've got My Brother and Me, which is the McElroy brothers. I've got Predators I've Caught with Chris Hansen. Sawbones, which is Justin McElroy and his wife. The Adventure Zone, which is the McElroy's D&D actual play. Court Appointed, which is Mike Meadows and Tommy Smurl talking about criminal law. I've got Wonderful, which is Rachel and Griffin McElroy. I've got Leighton Night with Brian Wecht, which is Leighton Gray and Brian Wecht, who's also known as Ninja Brian. He's a member of Ninja Sex Party.
Yep.
I listened to a Fox Sports podcast version of one of their shows called the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon. I listened to the Flop House, Jordan Jesse Go, Till Death Do Us Blart, Dick Tracy. You can get all the old Dick Tracy episodes in a podcast form on Spotify. Mission to Six, Ron Stat, The Besties, Ear Biscuits, and Dimension 20.
Dang, that's a lot. That's a lot more than I had.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of, and what I'll usually do is I'll find a podcast I like, and then I'll just kind of binge the whole thing. Because some of these podcasts that I'm mentioning don't actually exist anymore. Like they're over.
This is what I like to do is I like to, because all the podcasts I listed have YouTube versions of them,
Yeah,
but they do like bonus episodes on Patreon, and
yeah.
you can pay like $5 for like a month. So what I'll do is I'll listen to all the YouTube versions of them, and I keep up with that. But then probably towards the end of the year, I'll pay like $5, and then just binge all of their episodes for that year of the bonus content that they did. Just binge it in that month.
Yeah, a lot of the most of the podcasts I listen to do not have a video version, but a lot of them are actually in the same network called Maximum Fun. And Maximum Fun, rather than doing like individual Patreons, you go and just sign up to their website, and you get like all the bonus content. I think it's like,
That's pretty
and
cool.
I think it is like $5 a month.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I wonder. I completely lost my train of thought as soon as I said I wonder. So I'm wondering a lot of things right now.
So what you wondering?
I don't.
Tell me all about it.
I lost his train of thought. Can't tell you about it. I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna change the topic completely. So, do you subscribe to any like streaming services
We should start a
like Disney
wax
Plus?
museum.
The fuck?
Have you ever thought about that? The two of us maybe just packing up, going to Romania, opening up a wax museum.
No,
You know anything about wax sculpture making?
I know that movie where they turned humans into wax sculptures.
Yeah, I was thinking something like that. Because like
No,
building them
no.
seems really hard, you know. But if we can get like,
Josh can be our test.
yeah, we can just get Josh to be like, look, we're gonna pour all this wax over you, create a cast, and then we're gonna slowly remove it.
Well,
No,
I
but
don't know about
yeah,
the removing part.
well, we'll see what happens. In the movie, that didn't go so well, but I'm sure we could figure something out. But no, I have Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon Prime.
Okay, I was just wondering because it's like when Netflix used to mail
Yeah, movies, dude.
DVDs and stuff
Man,
because
you remember
Blockbuster also
GameFly?
used to do that. I saw it, but I didn't do that.
My
See, I
mom did
remember.
GameFly for me because it was the easiest way to get all the nerd ass JRPGs I wanted.
So Blockbuster, I remember there was like a waiting list. And I thought it was really interesting because did you ever watch Dragon Ball Z growing up?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so did you ever see the collector's edition of them where it had like it's like a season in a disc set?
Yeah, yeah.
You could order through Blockbuster individual discs of that season, like out of that box. I thought it was always really funny because it's like a wait list. You'd be like, I want this DVD, and then like you'd be like, you're in queue. You're like 3. A month later, the DVD just randomly shows up, and you're like, oh shit, this is great.
No, yeah, I remember that. Oh man, do you remember renting consoles from Blockbuster?
No,
They
I
used
remember going to Blockbuster a lot,
they
but never that.
they used to let you rent consoles. It's kind of stopped during the disc era. It was more during the cartridge based stuff. But I
Yeah.
vividly remember my favorite thing on earth. I had a SNES and a Sega Genesis, but I had an N64 later, but I always really wanted the oh damn, what's it called? Oh, this is killing me. The
Dreamcast.
no, the 32X. It was like
fuck
it was a
is that?
machine that you plugged into the bottom of the Genesis, and it was like it basically turned it into a 32-bit system instead of a 16-bit system. It was a
Oh.
commercial failure, and they never made many games for it. But my favorite fucking thing would to go to Blockbuster and rent their like 32X edition. and then go back and play the 1 or 2 games they ever had in stock for it, which was usually like some of the worst fighting games you ever touched.
Wasn't it more expensive to rent video games from Blockbuster
Like, was it more expensive early on in
than
their
like a
life?
movie?
Yeah. I think so, a little bit.
Okay, because I remember always going to Blockbuster. Like I guess I think because obviously I was young, so I remember it being like on Fridays we'd go get like a movie from Blockbuster, but I always be like, "Can I rent this game?" And they'd be like, "No." And it's like, "Why not? It's too expensive." I'm like, "What?" But we're renting a movie all the same.
That's fair.
The
Man, my
concept
favorite
just
thing.
never clicked.
My favorite thing about renting old cartridges back in the day was that you saved your game to the cartridge, right? So when you rented like a Genesis, SNES, and 64 game, you would like get whoever rented it last, like all their progress. And I always loved that so much. Be like, I get to see what this asshole did.
Yeah, I like that more than. It's funny though with the cartridges, it saves to the thing, but then with a PlayStation 2, it was always like a memory card.
That's fair, yeah.
My cousin used to hide her memory cards underneath her television set from me because I was a menace and I was like, I want to play this game. She'd be like, all right, leave the room, and then like hide it, but she didn't know that I knew where it was. I
That's
think it was the
wild.
first place I looked too, because she was like, I was like, "Where's the memory card at?" And she was like, "I hid it." And then she left the room, and I just like looked down and just reached under there just instinctively, and I just pulled it out. I'm like, "You didn't hide it very well."
It's okay. My friend's dad, when I was young, played a lot of PlayStation 2. He was big into Gran Turismo and Armored Core, and I always wanted to get into Gran Turismo. I am now. It's a great game, but
You
I
got the
vividly
wheel, you got the
what?
steering wheel,
No, he did, yeah, but
you
I
got
I
the
don't
foot
have that now.
pedals.
But he uh would get so mad at us because we would go into his bedroom where he had a PS2, and we'd take the memory card out, go to my friend Hunter's room where he had a PS2, and put the memory card in, and then we would download all his dad's Gran Turismo data to the other memory card, and then take the other memory card back. He's like, why can't y'all just play the game yourself? It's like, we just want to see cool cars.
Did you ever watch that? I don't know if we talked about this yet, but the Gran Turismo movie that came out.
Yes, yeah, it looked horrible. I haven't seen it though.
Damn. But do you know the concept behind it?
Yeah, supposedly a true story.
It is. Yeah. The guy who it's based on actually played the stunt driver in the movie.
Hmm.
I think it was decent. I wouldn't say, it's not like a greatest of all time movie, but it's not a bad movie. It's somewhere there in the middle.
I can
It's just
feel that.
okay.
My my thing is, I've actually been wondering this, so I'm gonna look into this. Um, is this guy any good?
The driver?
Yeah, he doesn't seem very successful. I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about how you read a GT career statistics record, but he's had 40 races, 1 win, 3 top 3 finishes, no pole finishes, and 4 times fastest lap. 1 win and 40 races. That doesn't sound good. But I don't know anything about.
Apparently, in May 2023, he actually returned to racing at the Fuji 24-hour round.
Oh, yeah, I see that. He and his crew scored pole position for the event and led significant portion of it, but ultimately finished 4th after encountering brake issues. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, like, oh, I've played Gran Turismo, I could be this guy. Absolutely not. I'm just saying it's interesting, I guess, because the story is interesting, but it doesn't necessarily feel like a story that needs a movie.
Oh, man. Well, I think in certain aspects it is, because if you think about it this way, right?
Hmm.
He has gotten third once, second twice, and he's done all these races, but he started with just simply a video game. So, okay, if we look at it, in 2011, he did basically nothing. In 2012, he got sixth place in his first race. If we're reading top down, this is what I assume is
Yeah.
going on here.
Yeah.
Sixth place in his first race. This is against other drivers that have actually
Yeah.
raced. That's pretty good. Then we got a blank, so I don't know what happened there. In 2013, he was 21st, then back to sixth. And, it's sixth is the highest place until you get to the end of 2013 where he gets third. And then towards the beginning of 2014 where he gets a second place. And it's kind of like this dude that was just playing video games just is wrecking people that were actually doing this probably much longer. So it is kind of cool. I can see why there's a movie based on it.
I feel that.
I feel like it's more inspiring to like a younger generation than it is to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess looking at it, it's a more, I don't know, it's a more everyman, it's a more realistic story because he's not like Lewis Hamilton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because he's not just like the greatest driver. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you see all that kind of stuff in like, especially, man, the 90s movies loved that, where it would be like, opening scene, small child has poor family, decides that he loves baseball. At 18, he tries out and gets it, and he's the greatest player ever. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's a lot more of a, he put the work in, learned how to drive, entered a competition that he happened to win, and he's stuck around. So it's like, that is a little more impressive to me personally than
Yeah.
just like,
And in whatever the race was last year, he actually got third.
yeah, the Super Taikyu STX series.
Which he hasn't been, he hasn't been past 12th place, it seems like, since fucking 2016. So he really, I guess he took a break for a few years and then came back, came back swinging.
That is fair.
Cool story. Great story. Did you intro this episode yet?
I did not. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fluffy Biscuits podcast, where we exclusively talk about Jan Martinborough. My name is Jan Martinborough. You can find me at Jan Martinborough. I'm joined by my co-host, Jan Martinborough.
Is it Jan or is it Yan?
Either way.
In the movie, they were saying Yan.
Do you think I care how David Hopper pronounces his fucking name? Harper, sorry. Anyway. No, this is the Fluffy Biscuits podcast. My name is Zach. You can find me at Pixelated Trash. And I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Jacob. You can find him at NazirTL on Twitter and YouTube. And right now, we are discussing Jan Martinborough.
Yeah.
Martinborough.
Yeah.
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 What is this?
What is what?
Also holds on AI.
Impress me.
I have PC Gamer opened up because I was looking at the Star Citizen article last recording session.
You just can't help yourself.
Nope. No, I cannot. Okay, you want to know what Marvel movie? This is very odd. You want to know what Marvel movie I want to come out so bad?
Shazam 3.
No, I don't know who that is. And isn't that DC?
Is Shazam DC? Maybe. Probably. Yes, it is. Actually, yes.
I want Marvel. I want the Black Knight movie to come out. They teased it at the end of the movie Eternals, which I understand was not that good of a movie. Did my camera do the thing again? Doesn't matter.
But it's all good.
They teased it in the Eternals, and I think he's going to be in the Blade movie. But I don't know if I've heard some people say the Blade movie isn't coming out, but I don't know who to believe.
Well, that's fair.
But I want the Black Knight to come out because it embodies everything I enjoy about a medieval setting. A knight with a cursed sword. Do you know the concept behind the Black Knight?
I mean, like, I know the story of the Black Knight, yeah.
Okay. But okay, so you know that ultimately, like, the more he uses the sword, the more out of control he gets, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that concept in any sort of story. And so I really want to see this. And also, it's played by the dude who played Jon Snow. Is it Kit Harington?
Yeah,
I
Kit
think.
Harington. Yeah.
Really want that movie to come out. I don't even know if it's going to have a movie, but I want it to have a movie.
I've been looking for you, but I'm not seeing anything about a movie coming out. Oh, wait.
Well, the Blade movie is what it
Oh,
was
I
set
see,
to
I
be
see.
in. When they teased him at the end of the thing, Blade was talking to him.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about now. I never saw Eternals, so...
Everyone says it was bad. I think it was less than good, so I guess, I also think it's bad.
I'm not super into the superhero stuff. I'm not gonna say
I'm not
comic books
either.
in general, but specifically superhero stuff. Now, I do like, um, I do like the concept of, how would I describe it? I like a lot. There are a lot of comic book stuff that I like as long as it stays for adults, if that makes sense. Because it's like the first few like Avengers movies, or most of them actually, it's like all things comic book, there's just very low stakes because you know they're gonna do something to bring them back, and like you know they're
Yeah.
like to do all these things around it, and so that's why I'm a fan of like I don't exactly even like the show, but the concept visually of like the boys, where like or
Yeah,
I guess
I
like the
do like that.
Deadpool movies is one where like the people actually die sometimes. And there's like an actual stake there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't I don't actually enjoy reading comic books, which is funny because I enjoy reading manga, but whenever I've read like two, I read all of the Invincible series, right?
Yeah.
And it almost feels like it jumps around a lot in a weird way. It doesn't move as slowly as I would like it to.
Yeah. I feel that.
But I think that might be innately because I don't know how often comic books come out. Is it like monthly, like a monthly issue or something, you
I don't
think?
think I don't even wouldn't even know how to describe it because it's like also they make so fucking many. You know what I mean? Like there's so many like series and storylines and spin-offs, and it's like this character might be in this comic but he's also in these 12 other ones, and it just kind of all gets like bundled together after a while for me.
Well, the reason why I say I'm like asking is because I feel like, in terms of the reason why I think it jumps around a little bit is because of how far in between a new issue comes in comic books, whereas in manga you get like a new chapter every week. So it directly continues every week. It's like very steady, whereas like a comic book like spikes
Yeah. Yeah, because this is
in
what,
terms
yeah,
of
that's what I've been able to
yeah.
find is that it's 3 to 6 weeks depending on the company.
Yeah. So I think that's the kind of vibe like I'm able to sense the difference in the way because they have to fit a bunch of shit in the each issue, so that it
Yeah,
feels
that's
like it's
fair.
jumping around. Whatever. So I'm not really into the comic book stories. I'm not really even into like superheroes in general.
Hmm.
I think the only superhero things I like is the like Arrow, the Green Arrow, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
I like Blade, not Blade, but the Black Knight. But to be fair, I didn't even know he existed until the end of Eternals when I saw a sword on the screen. I'm like, all right, I gotta Google this. Hold up.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know until long after I'd seen the movies that Blade was even a comic book character.
I did know that. I did know that, but I
It
don't
was
know.
probably like 2018 when I learned he was a comic book character.
Well.
Wow. Yeah, comics are just not
Isn't
my
Jack
vibe.
Black? Oh, Jack Black's gonna be in the Minecraft movie, which I didn't know was gonna be a thing.
I didn't until you told me.
But apparently he's gonna play Steve, is what the rumors are saying.
Like the main guy?
Yeah.
I guess he'll be voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna dress up in the cardboard box Halloween costume. It's gonna be like that old Mario movie. He's gonna be walking through like New York.
Well, you know, Telltale made that game series, right? They made that
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
that Minecraft story mode. I'm guessing that's going to be kind of along the lines of what, you know, this new one's going to be.
It most likely will. I'll tell you what game I'm
He's also
really.
going to voice Claptrap in the Borderlands movie.
That's cool. I don't care about that as much. That's old news. I heard about that last year.
Well, it's not. It doesn't come out until August of this year.
No one cares. Old news.
You're rude.
I'm just kidding. The game I can't wait to come out that is almost like prophecy. I don't think it'll ever come out. Until it comes out, I don't believe it's gonna exist, and it's the new fucking Elder Scrolls games.
Oh man, Elder Scrolls 6 would be pretty baller, but I don't even think they've like said they're working on it, have they?
Yeah, they did. They said they were working on it like 3 years ago.
But I'm saying like unlike help me out, unlike GTA 6, right? There hasn't been like any kind of like actual like there's like news now for GTA 6 as it's getting closer where they're like, yeah, we're like getting started. You know what I mean? And I don't think that they've...
No, they did. They did do that.
Oh, okay.
They did that years. Like, they didn't release a trailer, but at one of the, E3 or whatever the fuck before it stopped being a thing, they
That's fair.
had, like, at their Bethesda's whatever the fuck board, it said Elder Scrolls 6 as it was coming out, like just a trailer almost, like a cinematic. And apparently it's slated for sometime in 2026.
Yeah, that's what all I've been able to find. I did see they're going to put Shirley Curry into...
Who the fuck is that?
Shirley Curry, she's Skyrim grandma. You never heard of her?
Oh, no.
She's 87 years old, runs a YouTube channel where all she does is like roleplay playthroughs of Skyrim. She's so fucking sweet and it's so fun to watch. But apparently she's
Is that the same person that plays Animal Crossing?
I don't believe she does, but I wouldn't be surprised if she does.
There's a lady that plays like a grandma that plays Animal Crossing on YouTube somewhere.
Everything I've seen of her is almost exclusively like Skyrim content and stuff, so
Yeah, I think it's Skyrim as well.
probably the same person, but I couldn't say.
I wonder how this person got into Skyrim. I'm on her YouTube channel right now.
Oh shit, sorry.
She has 1.3 million subscribers. This is crazy.
Yeah, let's see. She worked as a secretary in a candy factory and for several years as an associate in a women's clothing department of Kmart before retiring at the age of 55 in 1991. Curry got into gaming after her son taught her how to play the 1996 video game Civ 2. In 2011, she joined YouTube to follow gaming channels, and in 2015, she uploaded her first gameplay video, a video of Skyrim. By 2020, she had over 900,000 subscribers on YouTube. In 2022, Curry surpassed 1 million subscribers and was awarded a golden play button by YouTube. There was a petition of her followers to get her into Elder Scrolls 6. She apparently had a stroke late in 2022 that made it difficult for her to play video games, but she recovered and is apparently making new videos now. So,
this is crazy because she uploads every day.
She's
It's kind
a
of
widow
amazing.
and has 4 children, 9 grandchildren, and 3 great-great-grandchildren. Great-grandchildren, sorry.
It'd be really funny. I don't know if she's ever done this, but it'd be really funny if she explored all those crazy Skyrim mods.
I don't
You know
know
what
if
I'm
she
talking
has
about?
either. And the thing is, too, her video titles are so, like, jumbled up. You know what I mean? Where it's like sometimes it can be hard to figure out where in a series like it actually is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think it's actually series. What I think it's just one-offs. You know what I mean?
No, it is a series. If you like actually watch like from the first one to like the newest one, and they have like little episode numbers, but it's just she does so many little series because she makes like different characters and does different builds and like role plays them all differently and stuff. She also played the new Call of Cthulhu game for a little bit, and that was really entertaining to watch.
This is insane.
I can't believe you've never heard of Skyrim Grandma. Skyrim Grandma's great.
I think I've heard, but I never knew who it was. Does that make sense? Like I've heard Skyrim Grandma.
Yeah.
Never heard or, ventured to see who it was. She's played Ark.
Yeah, she's played a bunch of stuff, but it's like what her most like popular stuff is Skyrim, and it's also her most like long running, right? A lot of times, like she'll play a few episodes of a game. Cause basically, like if anybody watches my YouTube channel, I'll play like 4 or 5 episodes of a game and be like, I'm ready to play something else.
I'm gonna have to force you to finish Final Fantasy X.
After I've made it an hour in.
Yeah, after you made it an hour in and just decided not to do it. To be fair, I did the same thing,
I was gonna say,
but I'm gonna pick it back up.
you made like 2 or 3 episodes too, and then you were like, I've got other things I need to worry about right now.
That was when I started editing the podcast. You can, I'm pretty sure it like directly correlates.
Well, that's fair. I can't hate you for that.
It's you. You caused both ends. I'm just kidding.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for what I've done. It's a terrible travesty.
I want to install those like hardcore Oblivion mods and like just change the whole game around.
Yeah. Oh man. So it's under my shorts and not my physical shorts, but the shorts that I was watching on YouTube earlier. But I laid in bed for like 40 minutes when I woke up just watching shorts. But holy shit, I found this Skyrim mod that was so wild. I'm trying.
Is it the multiplayer Skyrim?
Oh no. It's way more. I'm not gonna say impressive, but far more interesting looking. Man, I really wish I could find it. God, I think I must have fallen asleep again while I was watching one of these, because I'm like, I don't recognize any of this. I must have dozed back off just a bit. Well, I'll keep seeing if I could find it before this ends. I wanted you to see it because it was wild. It was like a complete overhaul of Skyrim, and it was so cool, and I just have no idea. Oh god, I watched so many shorts. I do remember most of these, I guess. It's oh man. Nope. No, I think we're good.
The something I find interesting is you know what VTubers are, right?
I'm familiar with them. They kind of creep me out a little bit.
What?
They creep me out a little bit.
Besides that, I think it's interesting because VTubers started off with just being VTubers.
Mm-hmm.
They would be like anime girls or whatever. Then it branched off slightly. Now and then you have the genre or the era year when you have of the guys coming in to VTubing.
Yeah.
Interesting, cool, whatever. But then you have the inanimate objects. I've seen like people be like crystal balls or something, and they're just a VTuber. But now we've officially come to the era where VTubers are just doing IRL streams, but they're just wearing like, the regular medical mask or whatever while they're doing IRL
Yeah.
streams. And I'm just like, you turned from VTuber to normal person. But because of their contracts, they can't show their face. So that's why they're wearing those masks. But I just thought it was interesting that, they've started doing IRL stuff now.
Yeah, I feel that. That is strange, but I
Well,
feel it.
I used to also think it was strange, but I understand why they do it now.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, there's a strange, uh, there's a strangeness to VTubing, but I don't, to me, it's not very much different than like if you like music that has fucking Vocaloids, which I do, as opposed to like someone else singing, which I mean, I don't care either way, but so I can definitely see the appeal overall.
Yeah. Well, I think it almost is a it's just a mask in a way. It's anonymous and stuff, so it
Yeah.
protects their identity. But then also you get the anime figure, and people like anime figures. And this one's talking to you. So like I understand it. And I
Yeah.
understand why people would want to do it because when you show your face online, sometimes people do weird shit. So,
Yeah, that's fair. I can understand that. Are you at all familiar with
um,
Paradox Studios, Paradox Interactive?
yes. Yes, I am.
They make Stellaris, Crusader Kings 3.
Yeah.
So they seem to have fallen on hard times lately. They've been making some games that have not been getting the love they used to. And
The new City Skylines game.
that's one of them. But it really is just kind of the last few, with, what is it called? Well, to be fair, City Skylines isn't the developer. They're just they're just a publisher for a Finnish company called Colossal Order that makes City Skylines. But like, man, they made Victoria 3 and that did not get great reviews. Then they published Star Trek Infinite, which was like Stellaris but overhauled to be all Star Trek based, which I thought looked so cool. And I gave it a couple of months to be out, and now it's got like 40% approval rating.
It
It's like,
kind of reminds
damn.
me of the people who made Ark. They made a game called Atlas. Do
I
you
never even
remember
heard of
this?
it.
Okay. But you know what Ark is.
Yeah.
So Atlas is like a pirate version of Ark, where you get on a ship and you're like sailing and there's like monsters and islands and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, when it first came out, like I'm talking, my friend Trey saw it when it first came out and was on the Steam thing, and all the reviews were mostly positive.
Mm-hmm.
He spent like 30 minutes just, I guess, waiting for us to come online. We come online, he's like, dude, this game, it looks like it's going to be the best game that came out this year. We really need to play it because he's really into pirates and stuff. All my friends are really into pirates and stuff. Besides the point, everyone was like, oh, it's going to be cool. And then I look at the reviews and I'm like, Trey, you said the reviews were mostly positive. It says overwhelmingly negative right now. Because essentially, what had happened is they just took Ark and reskinned it. So much so to where if you did a certain like key combination while you're on the main menu of Atlas, it would open the Ark main menu. It would just like remove the skin and turn into Ark, and I'm like, that's crazy.
That is
I
wild,
don't.
actually.
I'm gonna open it up because I want to see if it's changed at all on Steam.
Man. I'm reading about like the development of this. It
Of Atlas?
yeah. They
To be
basically
fair,
like
it did look like a good game.
I know. They basically
But
though just like took a bunch of people, threw them off to be a sister studio, and then we're like, you can handle this.
yeah, like everything about it, like the graphics, like assets and stuff, is just Ark placed differently.
But it is like it's just like pirates. It's not like there's no dinosaurs and stuff.
No, there's monsters and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's not like not dinosaurs. You know what I mean? The way that there are in Ark, of course.
I don't know. There was some dinosaur looking things in the beginning. I don't know if, obviously it's probably changed, but in the beginning it looked like there was some dinosaurs on some of these islands.
Man, it's still got terrible reviews.
Well, it's mixed reviews now.
That's fair. Oh, I remember this now. I looked into getting this actually because I thought it looked cool, but the reviews are why I never did. Because it's on a lot
Yep.
of Steam sales.
Approximately how long will this is a review. So, it's a negative review. A guy played 6 hours. Approximately how long will this game be in early access? Atlas will be in early access for title for approximately 2 years. It's been 5 years.
Yeah, I saw that. Damn. The
This
most
person had
help-
700 hours.
Oh,
Played
damn.
this during early access, season 1, 2, 3, and a little bit of season 4. Tried it. I've tried it since a little bit there or here and there, but the game is a mess now. He says it used to be amazing, but then it turned buggy and unplayable or whatever. But I'm like, used to be amazing. I thought, did it start terrible, get good, and then get bad again? It's like a bell curve.
It seems like like a lot of people just skimming through the negative reviews. A lot of people are basically saying that like the servers are way too crowded, like to be able to like move around and have fun.
That's crazy, considering that Ark seems like a funner game, and all the servers are empty.
That's fair. Yeah, I played a lot of Ark with a friend of mine from Russia back in the day, but we played on just like a private server with some other people. I I think the last time that I ever tried to get involved, and this game has since been ruined, so I don't recommend anybody getting into it at this point in time, in my opinion, of course. But yeah, I think it was called like Cursed, Forged in Fire or something like that. And it was like this, it was basically a game where you were like a mage and you built like these big wizard towers, all kind of stuff. That's the last like Atlas, Ark, Rust in game kind of game like that, like consistent like PvE and or PvP, I mean, like availability. And
Yeah.
so I now I stick to games like, you know, Fallout 76 where people can't hurt me if I don't want them to. Because that's the thing for me is that it's like I don't have all that much time to play video games. Like I spend a lot of time playing video games, but it's like if I'm going to spend like, you know, let's say over 4 or 5 days I put 20 to 30 hours into a game if that's like the only thing I'm playing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I do that, I do not want to risk just coming back online and everything I did being gone. You know what I mean? There's just no fun in that to me.
I can see that. But I also am one of those people to where if we're playing a game and it has PvP, you will not catch me in a PvE part of the game. For instance, whenever we play Ark, everyone's like, let's do PvE this time. And I'm like, if we do PvE, I will not be playing. End of story. A game I really want, or I was really excited for, is a game called Mortal Online 2. If you want to look that up on Steam.
Too?
Yeah, well, Mortal, not Immortal, if that's what you said. I couldn't
No, I
quite
said
hear
Mortal.
you. Okay.
So Mortal Online is free and Mortal Online 2 is not.
It has a subscription service as well.
Persistent sandbox world, no classes or levels. Train the skills you want for your own unique build. Player-driven trade, economy, and housing. Millions of crafting combinations. First-person immersive combat. Exploration, bosses, full loot, full PvP. The world of Knave is yours. Who will you be? Well, I'm going to point out that I'm seeing frame rate issues just in their fucking trailer. But I could chalk that up to Steam running weird right now. But this looks interesting. This actually looks pretty good. I wonder what all the bad reviews are. Oh. This game is not ready for a $15 a month subscription. This game is unplayable with more than 20 people in a fight with constant freezing and node lag. That was supposed to be fixed already. That kills you without a chance to defend yourself. People gatekeeping certain dungeons and in-game content. Game masters have no idea what they are doing most of the time. This game is a scam if they think they're ready for a subscription that's just as costly as WoW. Being spawn killed for 5 minutes straight as people call me the N-word over the voice chat. Summary: play this game if you enjoy playing like an asshole with other assholes while throwing away your money.
I do want... I hope it gets a little better, because I do want to play this game, because it looks really fun. I want the server issues and stuff to be sorted.
Yeah, I'd wonder what their... Considering that all they've made is Mortal Online, which has mixed reviews, and Mortal Royale, which has mostly negative reviews, I'd be curious if they get around to fixing it. Also, why are you asking for a $15 subscription when the game costs $40? Like, what?
Well, you missed the game that they made.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't list it because it didn't seem relevant to the situation, but they also made
And it has very positive reviews.
It's on 57 reviews, though. But, yeah, Kittened, a VR-supported cat simulator game. So if you feel like getting kittened, then this is the company for you. Definitely.
It gives me, like, Nintendogs vibes.
It really does, yes. So why is this so poor? Why is the first one of this so poorly rated?
I don't know. I never actually looked into the first one.
Yeah, it's let's see. With a couple hundred more hours played than it shows, I always played pre-Steam release for a short amount of time. The positives. Mortal has a lot of things. This is so much writing. I will point out, though, that the positives is 3 paragraphs, whereas the negatives is 7 paragraphs. So, blah, blah, blah. Game are broken. So, like, the mechanics barely work, blah, blah, blah. So, I get it, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Most games that, have big ideas and can't follow through. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because it's like Cyberpunk. People were like, you said it'd be out now, just release it. And then everyone roasted them when it came out glitchy.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Oh,
what?
I didn't realize how loud my headphones were. And I was just clicking through the Steam pictures from Mortal Online, and it just started auto-playing the trailer.
That's funny.
I'm looking up the
I thought you were about to tell me that you weren't recording. I was going to be like, all right, we're in the air.
Hold on, I need to look. I'm looking up this company that makes... What is this? Well, that can't be it. Well, I guess it is. Yeah, this is him. Huh.
What are you looking at?
I'm trying to see where they're from. I'm on their website.
Okay. So another game that I've been playing a lot is Vampire Survivors. Because I played it before, but I bought it. I bought it now. So I didn't realize how many updates they've had to that game since I last played it. And there's like a lot of hidden areas that I've been to where it like reverses the screen and shit. Now I have like a bunch of weird characters that are all question marks that I can unlock, and I'm very confused.
No, I feel that. I really liked Vampire Survivors. I only played it for... Oh, they're from Malmo, Sweden. Okay. But I only played it for a little bit though, because it was back when I had it through the Xbox game or the Microsoft Game Pass. I don't have that anymore.
No.
But I liked what I played of it a lot.
Makes sense.
Indeed,
Well,
it does.
Would you like to go ahead and wrap us up?
Yes, I will. Thank you for asking. Thank you all so much for watching. If you watched on YouTube, remember you can listen to us on Spotify at the Fluffy Biscuits Podcast. If you listen on Spotify, remember you can watch the video version as well as other videos we make over on the Fluffy Biscuits channel at the Fluffy Biscuits channel on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube at Pixelated Trash, although the videos I make will go up on the Fluffy Biscuits channel for now. You can find Jacob's independent channel over at NazirTL. You can also find us on Twitter at the Fluffy Biscuits Podcast and at NazirTL for Jacob directly. And we thank you all so much for watching and listening. Bye!